Baik, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sebelumnya, perkenalkan nama saya Nurkul Batul Fitroh dari Prodi Bahasa Inggris. Di sini saya akan menjelaskan tentang gerund and infinitive. So here, we will explain what is gerund and what is infinitive, how we can write them, and then when we can use them. This question may be there in our mind. So here I will explain a little about them. What is gerund and what is infinitive? So here guys, gerunds and infinitives both are words formed from verbs to function as nouns. After the verb is changed in the form of a gerund or in the form of an infinitive, it can be used as subject, object, object of preposition, and complement of subject. Here the full description. Gerund or yang biasa kita kenal dengan verb ing is a word formed from a verb and functioned as a noun by changing it in the present participle, or what we know as verb ing, after being changed into verb ing form. The gerund has a function like a noun, namely as subject, object, object of preposition, and even complement of subject. Jadi gerund di sini atau yang biasa kita kenal verb ing memiliki fungsi bisa sebagai subjek, objek, object of preposition, dan bahkan sebagai complement of subject. Selanjutnya, infinitive. Referred to here is the to infinitive, namely changing the verb into the form to verb 1 so that it can function as a noun. To infinitive can be subject, object, and complement of subject. Untuk yang gerund atau verb ing, kita biasa menemukan contoh seperti verb 1 yang ditambahkan ing, misalnya reading, and then sleeping, studying, writing, reading, and others. For the example sentence, reading books is my hobby. Membaca buku adalah hobi saya. And then he enjoys sleeping on the sofa. Dia menikmati tidur di sofa. Selanjutnya yang infinitive, yaitu to plus verb 1. Kita bisa menemukan seperti to learn, to study, and then to read, to write, dan yang lain sebagainya. Selanjutnya itu characteristic of gerund and infinitive. So here, in the example above, gerunds and infinitives have the same function as nouns. However, there are interesting things. First, when translated into Indonesian, both still have the meaning of a verb. Second, the verb of the gerund and infinitive is always singular. This is because 1. Gerund and infinitive still carry the adjective of verb. Jadi, gerund dan infinitive masih membawa sifat verb. That is, if it is transitive, it needs an object. Then the object must still be included. If it is related to an adverb, the adverb is still included. Jadi, maksud dari gerund dan infinitive masih membawa sifat dari verb, seperti contoh di bawah, yakni writing an essay needs grammar skills. And then, To help others is the nature of humans. Sleeping in a chair made my back hurt. To speak politely was difficult for him. Jadi contoh yang pertama, writing an essay needs grammar skills. Writing di sini itu merupakan kata yang berasal dari write, yang sifatnya transitif, yakni butuh objek. Begitu pula contoh yang kedua, to help. To help, kata help juga membutuhkan objek, yakni others sebagai objek dari to help. Kemudian sleeping in a chair made my back hurt. Sleeping di sini memang tidak membutuhkan objek, tapi dalam kalimat sleeping in a chair made my back hurt merupakan kalimat yang konteksnya butuh penyempitan makna. Jadi sleeping di sini tidak sempurna, akan aneh jika tidak dilengkapi dengan in a chair. Maksudnya sleeping made my back hurt, tidur membuat punggung saya sakit. Jika tidak ditambahkan dengan in a chair, maka akan menjadi aneh, kalimat yang aneh, tidak lengkap. Begitu juga dengan to speak politely was difficult for him. Berbicara dengan sopan sulit untuk dia. Maksudnya, jika to speak tidak dilengkapi dengan politely dalam kalimat ini, maka akan menjadi aneh. Berbicara pada siapa, berbicara seperti apa yang sulit untuk dia. Seperti itu. Kemudian yang kedua, gerund and infinitive are same with singular noun. Jadi gerund and infinitive setara dengan kata benda tunggal. Gerund or verb ing and to infinitive or to plus verb one are always singular, even if the objects or both are plural. The gerunds are infinitive are still counted as singular. See the following example. 1. Reading books is my hobby, and then watching movies makes me happy. And then to help people needs much patience. To listen the questions carefully is my weakness. Pada contoh di atas itu menggunakan is, kemudian yang kedua, contoh yang kedua menggunakan mix, yang mana kata kerjanya menambahkan s di belakang and then needs. Itu termasuk dalam singular verb atau kata kerja tunggal. Hal ini karena pada tiap kalimat tersebut hanya terdapat satu gerund dan juga satu infinitif. Beda lagi kalau misalnya terdapat dua gerund atau lebih, atau dua infinitif. For example, if the subject is two or more gerunds, for example, the gerund is reading books and writing diaries are my hobbies. Running, riding bicycles, and playing football make my body healthy. Loving a girl and being loved by her change him into a better person. So, pada contoh di atas itu menggunakan are and then make-nya gak ada tambahan s. Jadi itu menunjukkan bahwa kalimat tersebut yaitu plural verb, kata kerja jamak. So the verb is plural because the gerund that functions as subject, yang mana gerund dan juga infinitif tadi yang berfungsi sebagai subjek itu lebih dari satu. Kemudian selanjutnya itu untuk contohnya infinitif. To understand the passage and to answer the questions correctly are my goal. And then to wash the dishes, to sweep the floor, and to mop it makes me tired. Jadi untuk yang contoh infinitif di sini, yang mana to plus verb one, to plus verb one dalam kalimat di sini itu lebih dari satu, yang menunjukkan bahwa infinitif di sini yang berperan sebagai subjek maka harus menggunakan to be are karena menunjukkan plural verb, kata kerja jamak. Dengan catatan, when connected with an, the word to form the to infinitive can be omitted because it has been mentioned in the first to infinitive. Jadi, kalau untuk infinitif di sini, kalau yang pertama udah memakai to, untuk to yang kedua itu bisa dihilangkan karena sudah disebutkan di to infinitif yang pertama. Okay, next is gerund and infinitive functions. Although both are equivalent to nouns, their functions are somewhat different. Both can be subject, object, complement of subject, but only a gerund can be an object of a preposition. Here is the full description. First is gerund function. Because the gerund is equivalent to a noun, it can function as subject, object, object of preposition, and complement of subject. Yang pertama, gerund memiliki fungsi sebagai subjek. The examples given in the previous point show the gerund function as the subject. Let's quote some more. Jadi untuk gerund sebagai subjek, kita bisa melihat contohnya. Yang pertama, reading books is my hobby. Watching movies makes me happy. Running, riding bicycles, and playing football make my body healthy. Yang mana reading, watching, and then running, riding bicycle, and playing football di sini berfungsi sebagai subjek. Selanjutnya yaitu gerund berfungsi sebagai objek. Apart from being the subject, the gerund can also be used as an object. In other words, the verb that is the target of another verb. However, not all verbs can be followed by a gerund. Only certain types of verbs can have a gerund object. Here are some of them. Jadi untuk gerund yang berfungsi sebagai objek di sini diikuti dengan kata kerja tertentu, yang mana diantaranya yaitu admit, anticipate, approve, and so on. And here some example. Yusuf accepted making a mistake. We consider going back home. Teguh is enjoying editing videos and others. So di contoh di sini yaitu sebelum verb ing-nya itu diikuti oleh kata kerja yang telah disebut kata kerja tertentu seperti accept and then consider and others. Yang ketiga, gerund berfungsi sebagai object of preposition. So the gerund can also be the object of preposition. Objects of the preposition are words that appear after preposition. For example, in, on, at, by, for, about, and with. Take a look at the following example. Yang pertama, he is interested in going to college. You just need to focus on completing your task. Intan is really good at telling story. Jadi, verb ing-nya diikuti oleh object preposition atau kata depan. Atau kata yang muncul setelah preposition. Jadi verb ing-nya diikuti oleh preposition yang telah ditentukan tadi seperti in, on, at, dan yang lainnya. And remember, after preposition, don't write the verb 1 form, but change it to verb ing, like the example above. Kemudian yang keempat, gerund as complement of subject. Yaitu complement of subject adalah keterangan tentang subjek yang muncul setelah verb-verb tertentu. Nah, gerund bisa menjadi complement of subject dari kelompok verb be. Dari kelompok verb be yang mana mereka seperti be and then is, am, are, was, were, been, being, be, and others. For example here, our assignment is writing an essay. His new habits are watching YouTube and playing games, and the others. Jadi jadi verb ing-nya di sini itu katanya itu jatuh sebelum verb be. Oke, selanjutnya yaitu beralih pada fungsi dari infinitive. Like the gerund, the infinitive can be the subject, object, and complement of the subject. And the difference is, it cannot follow a preposition. Jadi bedanya, gerund sama infinitive. Kalau gerund tadi diikuti oleh object of preposition, but for infinitive here, nothing object of preposition. Oke, lanjut. Yang pertama, infinitive as subject. To infinitive can be the doer of a verb. Let's cite some previous example. To help people need much patience. To check the answers carefully is my weakness. So, just like the gerund, we use the to infinitive as the subject when we want to make a verb the doer of another verb. Literally, the use of the gerund and to infinitive as a subject has no difference. So, maksudnya di sini yaitu kita menggunakan to infinitive atau to plus verb 1 sebagai subjek dari kata kerja yang lain. Kemudian infinitive as object. The to infinitive can also be used as an object, but again, not all transitive verbs can be followed by the to infinitive. Only certain verbs can. Here are some of them. For example, for, agree, began, choose, and so on. When the verb is one of the above, jadi jika kata kerjanya termasuk dari yang di atas, maka object can be infinitive. Seperti contoh, they choose to study overnight. Choose masuk dalam kata kerja yang telah ditentukan. Maka to study-nya di sini bisa menjadi menjadi objek. Kemudian contoh yang lainnya. So that's how it is. Remember, not all verb can be followed by the to infinitive. Sometimes they may be followed by a gerund, sometimes they can be followed by both, which we will discuss. And then yang terakhir, infinitive as complement of subject. The to infinitive can also be complement of the subject or complement of the subject that appears after the be family. Seperti yang tadi untuk gerund, be family verb atau verb be like is, was, and others. Seperti contoh, my purpose is to get out of this place, and then the last requirement will be to have an interview, and his dream was to be accepted in Harvard University, and what his intention is to date Novri. Jadi kita bisa lihat sebelum to infinitive-nya itu diikuti oleh verb be. Okay, I think that's all about my explanation of gerund and infinitive. I'm sorry I have very much mistake here, and I hope with my little explanation it is be useful for us. Baik, that's all for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.